Alright, welcome back to, Dank Dad Rope, shit.
Yes.
I was gonna commit to a bit, and I couldn't come up with anything.
It kind of worked though.
I tried. For what it's worth, I gave it my all. So,
You know what?
this is actually a recording, rather than a stream. We're still gonna record it all the way through instead of cutting off in the middle of episodes, as usual, like we do when we stream, because I'm lazy, but we're not streaming because it's the day of the Super Bowl and we figure no one's gonna friggin' watch. So we're gonna finish the trial. We're gonna sentence somebody to death. We don't know who it is. We are at a loss.
Oh yeah, we're in the middle of the
I
trial.
never expected the funhouse itself to be.
Oh yeah, the funhouse is the weapon.
I was like, wait a second.
I have my
Going on?
theory about
Just
how.
ahead.
She's like, anyways, like, can we move on? Yeah, no, I have my theories about how that would work. I feel like the elevator floor moving probably had something to do with it, but I still can't piece together quite exactly how.
Is it really all right to accept a situation so easily?
What would you rather do? Not accept it and then discuss it for another
know,
20
right?
minutes?
I mean, that's not what's
Sonia.
important. The thing that's really
Chiaki
important
as the
is
brain cell.
the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
But is it really
I
okay
still
to
love
believe
that
the
she calls him
building is the
Mekomaru.
weapon? Not if you said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment.
This is
I
the
don't
second
want
time
that
he
either.
said that, and I'm wondering where that's coming from. Like, why is he all of a sudden not want to die? Whereas before he's like, I don't give a shit if I get murdered. Who cares?
Really? Okay, listen. Naruto, did you get therapy in the past, like, 10 minutes? Like, what happened to you?
What was in that file that made you want to live? Is what I want to
What
know.
happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind?
Yay!
Thank you.
I should just let the dialogue roll because they say exactly
Right?
what I'm thinking sometimes.
He's
Fuyuhiko.
There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
I don't buy it.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope,
Then what
I'd
was
happily
it?
Sacrifice myself.
You already know who it is, don't you?
You say such falsehoods, per usual.
Plot
There
twist,
is
whoever
no such
did it
thing
was
as
just because they
murder
didn't
for
want
the sake
all of us to
hope.
die from starvation.
Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
Okay.
Alright,
I
Gundam.
see.
Fine.
No, you don't really
Leave
went.
them alone and
Aight,
find
then.
out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
I mean, understandable, even like without how much you like
Akane,
food, like
You were
we all
drilling
starved,
waterfalls?
right? Like we were all starving to death.
I know,
Naruto, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Well, the Monokuma file said that he died from the blow to the head, but there's so much weird at that scene that I'm not absolutely 100% sure on that, right? But the Monokuma file, would
Yeah.
it lie? Would it lie?
I don't think so.
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized a building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? No?
Crap.
Okay. Oh, I'm
Maybe
running
the
low on
falling?
health. I'm running low on health. Okay. Okay.
Maybe falling?
I see!
Oh. How?
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
How?
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they
How?
pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
Because there's also the motion
It
sensor,
might
right?
be possible in the tower.
Yeah, but the motion
Push
sensor.
him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
You can't open the door.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the first floor, the
I mean,
door
it's
on
not
the fourth
impossible, I
floor
guess,
won't
but
open.
how? Unless they utilize the building structure to somehow wrench the door open? I don't know. I don't know.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect.
Then do you
should
have a better
burn in the
idea?
flames of hell.
Okay then, Gundam,
My
what do you
gut is
think the
going
answer
crazy.
is?
Yeah, how about you participate, Gundam?
Gundam, I love you, but you're not helping at all.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? I'm gonna reach the truth behind this incident. I need to solve that mystery next. Fuck. I don't know.
Oh god.
What was Akane's account?
When the elevator
I'm gonna
is on
run
the
out of
1st
health.
floor. You can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose health. Well, I'm sorry, I don't understand. So I'm
Fuyuhiko, we're
confused.
very
The elevator is on
confused.
the
Exactly,
first
I'm
floor.
like, I wish I could tell you that I
You
knew
can't
what was
go through the
going
door on
on,
the
but I
4th floor.
don't.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As
Oh,
long as there's a moving object inside.
got it.
No, that's wrong.
I need to let it run. I need to let it run.
That's it, I
That sensor
understand.
should
I
only
would
work
have
if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is
What
pressed,
kept him at
all
the
of his
top?
functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
What if they tied him to the pillar?
But the pillar goes down with the floor.
Oh, never mind.
Which reminds me, when you're in the bottom of the tower, where's the ceiling come from? If it's only the floor that moves, where does the ceiling come from when you're in the lower part of the tower?
Well, they said that it was a high ceiling and it was so high that you couldn't see it.
But is it still a high ceiling
Yeah.
up at the top? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I must not have been paying attention when they said that, my bad.
I see. So that's how...
However,
Also, they
even
probably
if
could
they
have tied
moved
him
the
to, like, the
elevator in that
first,
manner, Nekomaru would have just moved
So he was
along
tied-
with
Remember there's the loop?
Yeah. You think it was on top of the pillar?
No, I think they probably tied him to the doorknob and that's what pulled it off.
No, but Great Strawberry Tower's the one up top.
Yeah.
I
And
thought
they
I thought I
dropped
thought the
him-
theory was that he was up top first and then he fell down.
Yeah.
Okay.
There would have been no drop for
I'm
him
just
to
struggling
fall
to piece it
and
together.
die. Yes.
I'm also kind of struggling to piece it together, but I'm trying.
That's what I was about to explain.
Listen, I'm trying
before
to figure it out.
Kazumichi interrupted me.
Oh,
The shade.
Now you're calling me a pest?
you're acting like a pest! A way to create the
God
drop inside
bless.
the elevator while Nekomaru is still inside it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? I feel like it's either this or the tipped over pillar, but I don't know how.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
I'll let Chiaki
The
finish.
doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
No?
Oh.
I should just let it run.
Crap!
I'm just gonna let it run
Oh
through.
no.
If you arrange it a certain way,
Let me listen to what they're saying.
you can cause the drop within the elevator.
This might be a flashback one.
So you're telling us all
Pause the drop.
to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious. How about we all shut up and listen to what
Thank
Shiaki
you.
has to say?
Thank you, Kazuichi.
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Whoa. Okay, well then it's not a flashback because there's only one. Difference in elevation.
If you arrange it a certain way,
Maybe it is the pillar.
you can cause the drop within the
No.
elevator.
Maybe.
I don't feel like I
No.
should be contradicting her, is the thing. So I feel like it might be one of the agreement statements. I'm gonna look it up, I don't want to fail here. Because this one,
We've gotten this far. You can't
Trial 3 is, was easier for me than this one is. But Trial 2 was really hard too. I don't remember if I struggled in Trial 1, that was a while ago now. I still don't know how many sides an octagon has. Dun 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 dun.
I just realized I have not. Oh, you're not recording. You're streaming. No, what?
I'm not streaming.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why we don't have chat open.
I just panicked and was like, I don't have their stream open. I was like, oh god.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the...
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that.
I don't understand. Does this have to do with...
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it?
Doesn't this have... Is this similar to what I said with, like, the loop being tied around the doorknob somehow?
Yes, yes. I think that's exactly what they're saying.
This would make more sense if the doorknob was ripped off from the top floor. But it was ripped off from the
was.
bottom floor, right?
No,
Oh, no,
it's
you're right, it was the top floor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got confused because I was like... I remembered it was the Grape Hall door. So I was like, Grape Tower, but no, it was Strawberry Tower because the Grape
Yeah.
door is in Strawberry. You're right, you're right. That's what was confusing me here. I was like, the
Okay.
broken doorknob's on the bottom, right? It's not on the top. It is on the top floor. I'm dumb.
It's okay.
Where it got
It's
scraped by the
confusing.
Yeah.
Is that the same wire
So
that was
they
tied
hung
around
him to
Nekomaru?
it?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob.
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
And then if his fucked up internal clock went off while he was hanging from it,
Then he would have woken
he would
up.
have jerked out of it and fallen.
Yeah, and then also he probably hit
That's
the
right.
pillar
He was suspended in midair.
because
Hit it on the way down.
were underneath him.
He fell on top of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Big brain. Big brain.
Killer tied up
Big
Nekomaru
brain,
with the
big
wire while he
brain.
was in sleep mode.
Wouldn't that have counted as movement inside the elevator,
Tied
though?
the tip of the wire into
No.
a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor.
Because it wouldn't. Because he. The thing is it would have had. It would have had to register the sensor. That's what he said. That's what Nekomaru said. Is that he's like.
I just figured the wire would have
elevator-
been, like, moving a little as the elevator went down. You know what I mean?
The thing is it doesn't matter if the thing is like moving, but the thing is that it had to be like it senses your like heartbeat, and then the sensor that had Nekomaru had. So since he was in sleep mode, it was okay.
Okay.
But if he wasn't in sleep mode, then it would have registered that he was in there and it wouldn't have moved.
Gotcha.
With
Gotcha.
that, they moved
Gotcha.
the elevator from
Big
the 4th
brain.
floor to the 1st
It's
floor
big
of the
brain
Great
time.
Tower.
It's big brain time.
And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right. He was so
Whoa,
well hung.
Monokuma.
Kinda like.
They're high schoolers.
You better not finish that sentence.
And who the fuck are you talking about?
the killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature.
Are you
Only the
good?
floor moves.
I hate it here.
By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Ah, Kazuichi.
Kazuichi, shut up.
Kazuichi! You're not being
Kazuichi, I
helpful.
love you.
Created a
Shut
drop.
your mouth.
There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
Says the culprit.
Because if he's suspended in midair,
I know,
he won't die if he
Kazuichi.
doesn't actually
You're
fall.
being really aggressive for someone who seems like you could be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Where are my pliers? I need to threaten him. The call. Oh yeah.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Oh.
Oh.
Crap! What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Okay, I had to,
Allow me to cut through
I had to
those
wait a
words.
second.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
Well, if the ultimate weapon is the elevator, then
if
how the
something
hell
like
did
that
he,
happened to you, you
or
would start
whoever they are,
panicking a lot,
freaking
right?
screw with the timer?
Instinctively,
I still think it's
your
a
body
guy.
would start moving. Nekomaru
no.
probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer
And
too?
so they put the hammer there to distract
Well,
from it.
that's probably it.
Probably.
If they knew it'd leave behind
Should just
evidence,
put oil on it, and that would have
they
screwed
would
up the
have
whole
at least tried to do
investigation.
Something to cover it up.
I know.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I should use my full power! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands, but... Oh, he couldn't pull the doorknob off no matter how hard he tried.
But since he used his full power, he weakened it.
If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. Oh yeah, you're right. So what was the plan then, if that wasn't the plan? If that was an accident? What was the plan to kill him? Or did he not mean to kill him? Was it an accident? What would the other
I don't
point
know.
have been?
I don't know.
That's really what it was. Then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to
I
find.
see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
I don't.
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest.
Can we just find the
Total
killer, please?
fucking
Kazuichi's, now is not the time.
Now's not the
Isn't
time for
that
your
right,
existential
Miss
crap.
Sonia?
Not is not the
If I'm a
time.
fucking pig, you can say so.
God damn it, I'm gonna leave.
I
Kazuichi.
believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Because Sonya doesn't want to play your fucking game.
This guy, he gets off on this.
Fuyuhiko's like, respect women! Respect!
I know, everyone's
Fuyuhiko
like
would
Kazuichi.
Fuyuhiko would beat the shit out of someone for not respecting women.
I know.
So thanks to that alarm,
Fuyuhiko drinks respect
Nekomaru
women
ended up
juice.
He
falling
does.
while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think what happened to him was he collided with the pillar.
I see.
Look at you. All the brains in the
When
relationship
Nekomaru fell
are
to
right
the
there.
floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
All of my true crime knowledge is coming right now.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was
I'm
a
so proud of
bonus.
you, Akane.
It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue
I'm
that will
still
lead
not.
to the
I'm still
killer.
confused on the killer didn't intend for the doorknob to break. Then what was the plan?
They probably intended just for the wire to come off the doorknob,
Maybe.
which would have made it harder for them to pinpoint where he fell from.
Oh, that's probably right. That's probably right.
So
they didn't
probably
expect for the
were
whole
like-
fucking doorknob to come off.
which kind of threw the whole like plan off its whole.
Got it. Got it.
Then
that
what
makes
about
sense.
the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
I love
Stop
that.
calling me baby gangsta!
What you just
You'll
said
accept it
is kinda
eventually.
cute,
though.
The alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been
I don't think it's a
birthed.
contradiction. I think there's just
How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you
Just
went
have
to
to
the
figure
tower
out
at
how-
7?
how they fucked with the clock.
That's what I want to know.
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to break through this contradiction. Dun, 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 dun.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, that's wrong.
Kazuichi said
No,
can't
the clock
mess
inside
with
his
the
chest
clock.
was a radio clock,
Yeah.
so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So they messed with every other clock? Oh, yeah, yeah, they did! Because remember what Monokuma said? He said everyone was late. He said every single person was late for Monokuma Tai Chi. And we're like, but we're here. How's that possible? Every other clock got fucked with. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense.
There's no way the killer could have
I was gonna
tampered
say,
with
how the hell
clock?
did they tamper with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
Yeah, because you
And
said so.
Because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
How'd we not get fucking murdered by
There's no
Monokuma by
possibility
showing
that
up
the
late to
time was
Monokuma
tampered.
Tai Chi?
Then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Human.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Shy.
They're so
never
cute. I love them.
misunderstand.
I know, I'm like, I
I'll
ship
crush you
it.
into dog food.
I just want to see their relationship grow. Maybe
I
then
know.
he'll stop saying woman like it's a slur.
I know.
He really goes, can you believe the murderer is a slow-witted woman?
Honestly, at that point, I was like, Gundam, I love you, but I'll stab you in the neck.
It was
Make
really
it look like
funny.
an
It
accident.
was so funny the way he said it, though. It was so funny.
I know. I was like, Gundam.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies, because I was there, too. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? What do you think, Hajime? I can't get mad at him. I didn't realize until a few moments ago, and now I'm like, use your brain! I'm so mean, and for what? And for what? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. The killer can go between both houses, so they can fuck with all the clocks. Banana, final dead room. It's not exactly a shock that they went through the final dead room. I feel like that should be blatantly obvious.
Right.
Given the circumstances, you know what I mean? Oh no! What do you mean? I landed on it!
Who landed that?
I
Whack.
landed that. That's whack. I'm not good at this part. I'm worse at Hangman's Gambit, though. Bum,
Yeehaw.
bum, bum, bum. What had you made the other chance? What the time in the building? Hey. Dun 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 dun.
Music slaps.
Right? Might be annoying to play, but at least the music is a bop. Aw, you've gotta be fucking me. I was like, don't make me jump. Don't make me jump!
They're like, good luck, loser.
Like, good luck, bitch. What clock was tampered with? No!
I literally am like, I love that I'm jumping, like not even playing.
You're like hopping in your seat. Okay, moving my mouse does the same thing that pressing the arrow keys does, so I have to be careful to like make sure I don't like double move. Meow. Ah! Please. Please!
The energy unmatched.
I hate it. I hate it here. I hate the logic dive. Eh. Which house at the wrong time? Both. Dun, dun, dun. Which is what they just said. Fuyiko just said he checked every single clock. Dun 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 dun. Sorry.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together!
Proud of you, Hajime.
Hajime's got the
Finally.
brain cell,
You said you
finally.
checked all the clocks
Now
inside
that he
the
knows what
building.
an octagon
right,
is, he's
Fumiko?
unstoppable.
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong
He
time.
finally passed geometry.
What if all those
He's
clocks
like,
have been messed
finally.
What? All the clocks?
with? So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
Because they knew that Nekomaru would go to Monokuma Tai Chi at the right time. Right? And
Yep.
fall into the trap. And everyone else was all like, ah!
Time.
Is that why the alarm went off, even though the time said it was different? Is that why the clock went off? And they're like, I don't know why it's going off early.
I think that's why he did it. Whoever set the time, I think that's why they set the alarm in the hall, because nobody else heard. Well, wait, if he was dangling from.
The alarm went off before Nekomaru went
Rob-
down, I thought.
I feel like it went off at the because they heard the crash. Remember?
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
So the alarm went off, and then the crash happened. So the alarm went off as Nekomaru's alarm went off.
At 7:30.
And since he was he was dangling from the handle for Grape Tower, for Grape Hall, he was closer to Strawberry Tower, which notice Strawberry House's alarm went off, but Grape House's alarm didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they put that alarm on to distract them from Nekomaru's alarm going off, and then they went back to bed, and then
That's true. You got a point. You got a point.
piecing it together.
You got a point.
Call me
So that's
Sherlock
what it is.
Holmes, except
There's no way
not.
I would have
It's
noticed.
a heckin' distraction.
This is truly fantastic!
Oh, now you're in a good mood.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More
Nagito's like,
importantly,
yay!
how much was the time off?
2 hours. She's right, that's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much time the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. 2 hours! It's definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna reach the truth in one go. 2 hours! Okay. Was it Fuyuhiko's account? Right? Ba, 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 ba.
If the
Oh,
time
hey, I
in the
have all my
building was
pink
messed
back.
up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock. The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
That is
Are
your
there any
time.
clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Yeah, but the fake time is what
Oh.
he
If only
means.
I heard the sound
Sorry.
when you fell. It would have
Oh,
been
the
a great
alarm.
clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough.
Oh. I should just
I
let
think
it run.
the alarm.
Damn it!
Well, I feel like it has something to do with Nekomaru or
If the time in
Fuyuhiko
the
talking
building was
about
all
what
messed up,
happened. You
Then
know?
we can only rely. The time of was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that if only I heard this, it would have been a great.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let
Or
out a
his scream.
Only Nekomaru. He would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
Okay.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's. The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Maybe that. Oh no. My bad.
Is it not Fuyuhiko's account? What else is it?
What are the other options?
If the time
Contact
in the building was all
elevator,
messed
Kane's
up,
account, strange feeling in the tower, broken
then we
doorknob,
can
clocks,
only
alarm
rely on
timer.
Nekomaru's radio clock.
Do that.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
I've thought it might like serve as a contradiction because of the testimony, but maybe I'm overthinking it.
If the time in the building was, then we can only rely. The time of death was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that can be? If only I heard the sound when you fell. It would have been a great.
Or his scream.
He's not the type.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe it's the if you heard the his death or whatever the thing they said before his scream, and you didn't hear that because you wouldn't have heard that because you heard the alarm, right?
Wait, what?
Whatever they say, you know how they say, I wish we would have heard something, and then, or his scream. Whatever it is before that, if you do the alarm clock for that one, the alarm for that one, it probably could be it, because
If
you
the
wouldn't have
time in
heard
the
it because
building
the
was all
alarm's
messed
been
up,
off.
I want to try one more thing.
then we can only rely on
might be
Nekomaru's.
wrong.
The time of death was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that? If only I heard the sound when you.
Oh, okay, I
I
got it.
agree with that.
I forgot Akane mentioned the thing falling.
Oh.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling.
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep.
Was that the sound
the
from
ground
when
didn't-
Nekomaru
okay.
fell?
Well, a huge
Akane,
body
I
fell
love
from
you.
the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night
Akane
with
heard
hunger
it.
pangs.
There's nothing to worry about.
She was also
Important is that
further,
rumbling
wasn't
noise
she?
Anyway.
If we use that
She
rumbling
was in
sound as a
the-
reference,
It didn't wake
we might
Nagito
be
either.
able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
How do you know what time it was if all the clocks were fucked up?
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane.
I thought the clocks were fucked up. Oh, that was the fucked up time. Okay, sorry. Listen, I'm the one without the brain cell, clearly. I need to borrow it. I need to borrow it. Mahi, can I borrow it?
You can have the brain cell back. I don't need it right now.
You know what? It might be in better hands than your hands. It's like the answer of how much our time was off is literally right in front of me. 8 sides. Sorry.
I see. Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed. Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is
Oh no, ask
obvious.
Kazuichi.
So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
I feel like Monokuma would have killed them all. Like, why did he let them get away with that? Lure out only Nekomaru.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing,
Yes.
you definitely
Yes.
get Nekomaru.
Nagito
to
has the
tower
brain
alone,
cell.
right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is...
I see. That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us? We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru.
But... Okay. That much I understand, but here's what I don't get. Nekomaru didn't know about the building structure, right? Why did he go to the why did he go to Strawberry Tower? Why didn't he go to the elevator? Or was the elevator already broken?
Maybe the elevator was already broken.
But why go to Strawberry Tower? That's what I... Why wouldn't he have gone back up to the I don't know.
His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself.
Is that a plot hole, or are they
Precise
gonna
time.
explain that?
I'm probably gonna explain
witnessed
it.
Nekomaru early in the morning.
Oh wait, no.
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
He was already in Strawberry Tower, remember?
Yeah, but you're supposed to go to Grape Tower for Monokuma Tai Chi. He went to Strawberry Tower.
And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Gasp! Jeez, how outrageous! I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi, but it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped. Yes, you did. You knew they were starving to death. You knew they probably would.
We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Penny, don't mess with that. Stop it.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are
Putting
you
your foot in
talking
your mouth?
about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong!
What?
Too bad.
Foot in mouth.
Liar! I'm right.
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer
Nagito
lured
said, fucking
Nekomaru,
anyway.
the number
Like,
of
can you all
suspects
shut
has
up?
drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
So is the way through... Okay, Nagito said earlier that you are allowed to go freely through the final dead room, which is how you get from Grape Tower to Grape House to Strawberry House freely, and if once you clear it, you can go in as many times as you want, right?
Yes. Yes.
So they had to. The killer has to be from Strawberry Hall. Or Strawberry House, right?
I think so.
Who else could have disappeared into the final dead room randomly, right? With a broken elevator? I don't know. Maybe.
I'm
still
confused.
convinced they're from Strawberry House, but I'm like struggling to figure out why. It's just
You
my
know I'm not
hunches that are
lying when
usually
I say
wrong.
What Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
When the alarm went off.
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
A lot of people don't have an alibi. Most people were asleep.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Everybody.
Remember now. The sound was
They're
so
gonna say
loud
it's
I couldn't
Nagito.
help bolting from my
Yeah.
room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Okay, it could also be any of the
Who's
girls.
the bastard?
It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? They're trying to say it's Nagito.
And that's why I think it's Kazuichi.
You're the only one.
Yeah, I kind of think it is too.
The one who wasn't there.
Well, I mean, we know it isn't because we
Right,
watched him
Nagito?
go through the final dead room, and he's about to call you a moron for this, Hajime. He's the one who gave you
know,
all this
right?
information. He's like, I hate you.
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It's just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
He's like, I hate you
You
all.
didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you? If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
What does that mean?
If I may be
It's a wrestling move.
Oh.
even if I wanted to
I
go
got
to
you.
the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He's like, I was on so many drugs.
You're
I was
definitely
so-
fucking lying.
Stoned
God.
out of my mind, guys.
However, that is also true for me.
That's the thing. None of us heard it in Grape. Oh wait, no, I heard it in Grape House, but the girls, Sonia didn't, and Akane
Because she was in the-
did.
Kane was in the less good room.
And was there another girl? Chiaki. Did Chiaki hear it? No, right?
It
No,
is
'cause
obvious
Chiaki
that I
was
did
in
not
the
hear
good
the
room.
alarm in
Some heard it
Strawberry
and some didn't. So I'm struggling
But
to
I
find the
did not
Because
connection.
they were in the
rumbling sound
standard or
either.
the...
Is that not
Oh, the
strange?
soundproofing in the
I mean,
rooms.
Everyone else heard
Uh-huh.
it.
The only reason Fuyuhiko heard it was because he was not in his room when it went off.
To be honest, it's not
Yeah, and
just
he
them.
was... What's it
The
called?
same goes for me too.
Got it. That makes sense. Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep.
Okay.
So I thought that's
You
why
figured
I
that out
couldn't hear
faster
it,
than I
but-
did. I couldn't comprehend it. I was like, why did some hear it and some didn't? I don't know. And you're like, I mean, I guess that explains why some of the rooms are shitty and some aren't. Because that's the plot
Exactly.
It
reason.
wasn't that.
There's the
I
plot
probably
reason.
couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
Rooms
You
are soundproof.
still don't know. Think
Yeah,
about
the
what
best
the
rooms.
three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common. And, I'm
And I
sure
love the
you'll
dumbasses
figure it
just a
out.
second to be like, well, Fuyuhiko had a good room and he heard it. He wasn't in his room. The only
Thank
people.
you for making me feel smart, Nagito.
Yeah, you're like, these dumbasses are making me feel like I'm fucking. Like I should have like 12 college degrees.
I know.
Secret is, what do these three have in common? Could this also be the secret? Where's the kill? Hangman's Gambit. Fucking. What was the room called? What were the good rooms called?
Deluxe?
We will find
Yeah,
out.
deluxe?
Deluxe rooms.
Oh my god, I'm so
You're,
smart.
you're smart 'cause I couldn't remember what they were
I'm
called.
so smart.
Can I have a? Can I have an E, please?
Okay,
Can I
definitely
have an E?
deluxe.
Thank you. Okay, what the fuck happened over there? Can I have an L? Give me an L. Give me an L. 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 Give me You.
Oh, you.
X.
Yeah.
Ah. Ah. Fuck. Fucking man's gambit.
Got it.
No one asked. Chain
You're doing
man's
great.
gambit.
I'm proud of you.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms
I wonder which. Alright, take your bets. Which dumbass is gonna say, well, Fuyuhiko had a deluxe room too, and he heard it. Which dumbass is gonna be
It's
the one
gonna
to
be
say it?
Kazuichi. It's gonna be Kazuichi.
You know what? I was. Me too. I think that too. I was gonna say the same thing. I was kind of hoping you'd vote for someone different so that we'd have differing opinions, but I think we're both on the Kazuichi train.
Kazuichi's gonna hit us with that. I'm gonna hit it with a brick.
The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the crummy room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms.
I love
have
that they
superior
allowed
sound
Nagito to have a
insulation.
good room. I love that they
Remember,
didn't
it's
bully the shit out of him for it.
Oh no, remember? Because they did rock, paper, scissors.
Oh
and they
yeah.
won.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. I forgot that the boys did rock paper scissors, and the girls were just kindly discussing.
They were like, do you want a deluxe room?
You actually noticed that?
Are you using your ultimate reserve course?
Of all the
student
reserve
talent?
corps students, you're the ultimate one, Hajime.
Now then,
He's like, I'll stab you in
guys
your neck.
Hajime is going to
Stand
deck
by
him
me,
by the end of this
alright?
trial.
the
I know,
true
right?
identity of Nekomaru's killer.
No. I don't.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important
Fuyuhiko was the one who had
and
the
a
other room, right?
decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Yeah.
Decisive factor?
Then how the fuck is that a decisive factor? Unless it was Fuyuhiko. But he wasn't in his room. Now I feel like I understand what
don't
Nagito
think
means.
it's
I
Fuyuhiko.
don't! The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. I don't know! What the
Kazumi.
I'm going with Kazuichi. Okay. Okay. How is that supposed to help? Wait, let me think about this
Who
for a second.
else? Who else
There-
had the deluxe room?
Okay, so for the girls, it all makes
Wait,
sense, right?
Wait,
Chiaki.
wait,
What?
wait a second. I don't think Fuyuhiko had the other deluxe room.
He doesn't? I
It was Gundam.
sorry, I saw you talk.
Gundam had the other deluxe room.
I saw your mouth start moving in the camera, and then your voice lagged behind you, so I thought you weren't talking for a second. Was it Gundam?
No.
I could have sworn Fuyuhiko
Gundam
had it
had
because I was
the
like,
deluxe
look, the
room.
mafioso
No,
has it.
No, do you remember? Do you remember? Because it was Nagito and Gundam, but Fuyuhiko got the standard room, and he was like, that's fine, I don't care. But the reason that I remember that is because when we hung out with Gundam, we had to walk all the way to the far back, and the far back is where the soundproof rooms were.
Oh no. Wait, you're right. He was in a deluxe room.
Oh no!
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's him, right?
How would he have heard the alarm?
Oh no.
How would he have heard the rumbling noise? How? Literally,
It's the only
there's
one
no
that
other
doesn't make
reason,
sense.
There's no other reason
All the
he
other
would have
people
heard
in
it because
deluxe rooms.
Nagito didn't. Because Nagito also had the deluxe room and he didn't hear the alarm.
Oh, you're right. Oh no. I thought Fuyuhiko had it, but no, you're right. I think Gundam did have it.
He did have it because we walked all the way to the back. Oh
forgot
no,
about
it can't
that.
be Gundam. It can't.
Please be wrong.
Gundam,
Please be wrong.
why?
Please let me be missing something.
Please.
I'm
let
not
me be
missing
incorrect.
something. No!
No.
Gundam?
This is the worst. This is the worst one. This is the worst. Wait, no, Pekko is the worst. This is the second worst. Actually, no. Do I hate this more than Pekko?
Oh,
Which one
I'm
do I hate
upset.
more?
I'm upset.
I'm a lesbian.
What?
I hated Pekko's more. Listen, I relate to Gundam because I too would have an army of hamsters. I mean, who wouldn't want
Me
that in their
too.
lives?
Me, I would love that. That would be delightful.
Fuck, Gundam, why?
It's Gundam.
Please tell me you did this for the right reasons and not the wrong ones.
Gundam.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to
I'm gonna
stop it.
quit.
I hate that this
Hear
really
what?
fast. I hate the fact that this is the one that I have been the most big brained on, and it's the one condemning my boy.
I know. I hate that.
I hate it
that.
I gotta throw the whole take the brain cell back. I don't want it.
I know. It would have been the only thing that I could think that would have been worse was if the killer had been like Chiaki or Nagito.
I would have
Those
lost my mind.
I would have
would
quit.
have lost my
Listen,
mind.
I
if
wouldn't
it
be
was
able to
Chiaki.
handle it. I wouldn't be able to handle it. It's
I
too
mean,
much.
You were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house.
I
on the
forgot he was in a
same floor.
deluxe room. I'm
He couldn't
glad
even-
you remember that, because I sure as hell didn't.
I remembered it like at
Why
the
were
last
you
second.
able
I
to
was
get
like,
that
wait a
alarm?
second.
I thought it was Fuyuhiko.
I literally had like the math equations going around, and I was like, who had the other deluxe room?
There's only one possibility.
Gundam, please just tell me
You were in
that
your
like
room.
you were on a walk or something and we're horribly misconstruing this. Please tell me that.
Gundam,
That's
please
why,
tell me
even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam,
Oh, Sonya's gonna be
you have some sort of
brokenhearted.
explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
You would have seen him.
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right?
This is the worst.
If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though
Thanks, I
Mekamaru's
hate it.
murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest,
You didn't need to be there.
the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with a wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower.
The only thing I don't
I'm
understand is
upset.
why, if he fell on the pillar, why the blood splatter's still so far away from his head, unless somebody rolled the body back, which clearly didn't happen, so that part is- I'm just gonna leave that to weird game design.
I have no idea.
Like, wouldn't he have just- if he fell on it, wouldn't he just still be on it, you know? Instead of, like, halfway across the room? But, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna chalk that up to weird game shit.
Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
I guess they could have come from the Great House, though.
And
I want
once
to find
they
an
tried
excuse
to
for
go
it not to
back,
be him.
They couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
But it is him.
Oh,
gotta be
In
no.
the original plan,
He's not
the
saying
killer should have
anything.
returned to their room before the alarm in
Gundam,
the
tell me
lounge went
tell me
off.
we're wrong. Gundam, tell me I'm dumb.
They were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go
Although
to
it's a
the
cross
lounge.
on Mikon's face because she's a nurse.
Which
I know, I
means
saw that
they
and I was like,
wouldn't have
yes.
heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer
Well, they didn't-
sleeping in their room,
They didn't know there
it
was a
gives
murder,
the
so why
killer
would they
a
have
stronger
checked?
alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Even when we were joking about it at the end of the last stream, like, we were like, oh, it'll turn out it's Gundam. I was like, nah, it's not Gundam. There's no way it's Gundam. Now I'm like, oh, no.
I said it as a joke because it was the one that could have crushed me, and now it's real, and I'm upset.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
hate
great.
being psychic. I hate it. I hate it here.
Thanks, I hate it.
I have to voice these, but I'm sobbing. Hold on. This raucous is louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice.
This is the first time you voiced one of the Blackens, right? 'Cause I had Teru Teru Peko
Literally.
and Mikon.
everyone that I've voiced has just been murdered.
I mean, you've been the victim before.
Because I
You voiced
voiced
Mahiru, Ibuki, and Kyoko.
and they were all killed.
Damn, this is the worst.
Gundam. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly. I'm so upset.
Why can't it be
I'm trying to
Kazuichi? Why can't it be Kazuichi?
Kazuichi, get out.
Gundam tried to hide.
Take the fall.
And if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have
Did
been
he
the
not want
worst
the alarm to
possible
go off
outcome.
at all?
That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say
This is
something?
the second straight couple I've felt bad for.
I know.
Answer me this, including myself in my Thor Dark Devas of Destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Are you saying the hamster heard it for you?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
You know what? I'm inclined to believe it. He's
That
innocent.
means I have 5 times
He's innocent.
the hearing of a normal
This
human.
logic makes sense.
The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that
You know
your
what?
argument? You
Bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic.
Oh, he's
The
panicking.
truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Please tell me that's true. Please tell me that's
That's
true.
right.
We're getting it
That's
wrong.
all
Please
it
tell me that's
was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And
Chalky,
yet
I love
I'm
you.
being
Shut up.
suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
I don't know. I'm
Perhaps I
lost.
should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Is that? Can you develop stomach ulcers from boredom?
Seriously.
You cannot.
Let's just
I was gonna
hurry
say,
up
I
and
might be
finish
screwed.
this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did
You know, other than what we
discover
know you
something?
discovered?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later.
Can you
And
just
finish
tell
this
us?
opening act
What if it's
already.
relevant? What if we're
You
wrong
said
about the killer?
Opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.